For years, I had imagined a trip to Ladakh, but for some or the other reason, the idea was always shelved. This year, things finally aligned perfectly for us to go on this incredibly adventurous trip. Snow clad high peaks, majestic mountains, heavenly blue lakes, villages, and museums, and the affable locals who welcome you with disarming smiles and warmth. Ladakh is a confluence of so many awesome things that will transport you to another world. The versatility and beauty of Ladakh is so difficult to put into words, for it's a place like nowhere else on earth. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm in Leh right now. This is a family trip. I'm here with my parents. Sadly, my brother couldn't come because somebody had to be home with our dog. Anyway, we reached here in the afternoon yesterday and checked into a really beautiful resort called the Ladakh Eco Resort. I will show you around the property in a bit. So yes, yesterday we didn't do much because it's advisable to let your bodies acclimatize and get used to the climate here. Leh is at a very high altitude and the oxygen levels are low. So you have to rest the first day when you get here and keep yourself very hydrated. So the weather in Leh is generally dry. It's quite warm and pleasant during the day and gets really cold at night. Anyway, it's our second day here and we are all set to step out and explore what Leh has in store for us. The air is so fresh and crisp. The people are so warm. I already have a great vibe about this place and I'm sure this trip is going to be amazing. We started our day with visiting Thiksey Monastery in Leh, which is undoubtedly the most beautiful of all monasteries in the region. The monasteries in Ladakh are breathtaking and enchanting structures that still hold the Buddhist heritage alive and fresh. So definitely include them in your itinerary when planning a visit to Ladakh. Thiksey Monastery dates back to early 15th century and has many elements of Buddhist art such as thankas, wall paintings, stupas, statues and swords. We were so lucky to have reached in time for the prayers. All the sounds, the chanting, humming was so divine and peaceful. The main attraction here is the sitting statue of Maitreya Buddha, which, according to Buddhist tradition, is the future Buddha who will descend to earth once the teachings of Gautam Buddha have completely decayed. Honestly, it was such a lovely experience just walking around the monastery, and I'm so glad we came here. By the time we got done with the monastery, it was late in the afternoon and we were really hungry. So we decided to go to a highly recommended restaurant called Bon Appetit in Leh Market. The staff was kind enough to let us in and serve us delicious food even though their lunch hours were long over. Leh actually has a bunch of really cool cafes and restaurants that serve cuisines from across the world. Post lunch, we walked around Leh Market for a bit just to get a feel of it and to see what it looks like. We were not looking for anything specific to buy, but it was so nice to see how vibrant and energetic Leh market was. The market is laid out so systematically, and the best part is that cars aren't allowed inside and you have to walk the whole stretch by foot. So that's how we ended our day and went back to our resort for a good night's sleep. The following day, we had a couple of things planned, so we started our day really early in the morning because we wanted to cover a list of things. Our first stop was Gurdwara Sri Pathar Sahib. It was so lovely to start our day with prayers and blessings. Gurudwara Sri Pathar Sahib was constructed in the memory and honor of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and is maintained by the Indian Army. Legend has it that once Guru Nanak Dev Ji was meditating at this place and a demon had thrown a big rock to obstruct his prayers. But the boulder turned into soft wax and failed to harm him. Seeing this, the demon asked for penance for his deed and Guru Nanak Dev Ji forgave him. This place had such positive vibes and it was so calming and soothing to be here. Our next stop was the mysterious magnetic hill that has so many theories around it. It is believed to have powerful magnetic properties that pull cars uphill and defies gravity. Some believe that it is only an optical illusion caused by a certain layout of the hill, which makes a downhill slope to appear as an uphill slope. Why don't you plan a trip to Ladakh and find it out for yourself? For me, it was just a great spot to take some pictures and soak in the breathtaking views. So after taking a million pictures and videos, we left for Sangam. Sangam is the confluence of Indus and Zanskar rivers in Ladakh. The two rivers can be separately seen meeting at this point. While the Indus River appears as shiny blue, Zanskar River appears muddy green. It is such a spectacular sight to witness. Actually, there's nothing in Ladakh that's not worth seeing. Remember, when you make a trip to Ladakh, you can cover all these places in a single day because they are located on the same highway and are not very far from each other. Our next stop was Alchi Monastery, which was slightly out of the way but totally worth visiting as it is one of the oldest ones in Ladakh. It dates back to nearly 1000 years, so the effect of Tibetan influence can be seen in the local culture. The monastery is small as compared to the rest, but what makes it different is that they have preserved some of the oldest paintings in Ladakh and India. The village itself is beautiful to just walk around and relish mesmerizing views. There's a local market there too where you can buy authentic pashmina shawls, apricots, and other local stuff. We enjoyed eating authentic Tibetan lunch at this really popular place called Alchi's Kitchen, which is very close to the monastery. They have a limited menu, but the food tastes great. It's definitely a must visit if you're a foodie and want to try local dishes. So this is how we ended our day. By now we had covered mostly all the places that were on my list. If you enjoy driving around and like road trips, then Ladakh is just the right destination for you. You have to constantly be on road to see how beautiful Ladakh is and what it has to offer. On the last day, we decided not to go to far off places and to just see what's there in Leh itself. The next day, we were supposed to go to Pangong Lake, which again was a 6 hours drive from Leh. So we wanted to keep it easy for now. First, we went to Sanchi Stupa, which was very close to Leh Market. It is a white dome-shaped stupa which is located on a hilltop and is one of the main tourist attractions in Leh. It was built by a Japanese Buddhist to promote world peace and prosperity and to mark 2500 years of Buddhism. This place is truly peaceful and serene. Spending some time here, meditating with your eyes closed can be truly magical. Remember to come here early in the morning or late evening to avoid crowd and the blazing sun. It's pretty hot during the day here, so dress up accordingly and do remember to wear comfortable shoes because there's a lot of walking involved. Next, we headed to our last stop, which was Leh Palace, which again was very close to the market. I can't really say I was very impressed with the palace as there was nothing much to see here. The exteriors were pretty massive, but the palace itself was quite plain as compared to the other colorful monasteries in Ladakh. There was some renovation going on there, so most of the artifacts had been removed. Basically, if you're running short of time, you can totally avoid going to Leh Palace. Although it does make for a great spot for that perfect Instagram picture because the views are just amazing. Ladakh has been made famous by various Bollywood movies, but still, large parts of it remain unexplored, and I really hope it remains that way. These lovely silences just don't need to be filled. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it truly informative. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll be taking you to Pangong Lake and Nubra Valley.